Welcome back to Cooking with Pina. Today I'm going to make a vanilla cake. I'm going to top it with whipped cream frosting and fresh fruit. I'm using 4 eggs, room temperature eggs. It is really important for this cake to have room temperature cake and butter. It will mix much better. I'm going to mix this, and I'm using a new mixer. It has a light on it and it's great. I really like this because I can see what I'm doing. I don't want to beat the eggs too high because when I bake the cake, it tends to deflate if it's over beaten. The next thing I'm going to do, 1.5 cup of sugar, just regular sugar, and I put it in thirds amount so that I have a chance to melt or to mix well as I'm pouring in the sugar. This should take about 3 to 4 minutes to mix the sugar in and the few other ingredients. And it should become rather creamy and light yellow. As you can see, the eggs becoming thicker. And I'm going to stop for now so that I can add the vanilla extract. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of this liquid vanilla extract. And then I decided to use this vanilla bean. It gives a nice look and a nice flavor to the cake. You don't have to do that. You can just use the vanilla extract, but I like the look of the vanilla bean, as you can see. It's really nice. Oh, it's fantastic. Continue to mix. It needs to be well incorporated. And then the next thing is 1/2 cup of milk, and you can use whole milk or 1% or 0% fat, whatever you like. So this is the first thing we do, mixing the eggs and these few ingredients which I just introduced, and then we go to the flour mixture. My next part is mixing the flour. I have 2 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, and I like to use the sift. You never know what you can find in the, sometimes it's lumpy, so this will take the lumps away. As you can see, there's some few lumps here. And 1/4 cup of cornstarch, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. This you mix it by hand. This is a simple cake, but it tastes quite good. And you will see when this is finished, it will look absolutely gorgeous. So the next thing I'm going to do is mix this, and I'm going to use a wooden spoon. So to make a well inside this dish, this bowl, and slowly mix this. And I'm doing it slowly because of the eggs. I would like this to be nice and tall when I bake. Mix it slowly, just fold in. As you can see, I'm just folding over and over again. That's a good way to mix the flour so you don't have any flour at the bottom of the bowl. The flour and the egg has been well mixed, and the next ingredients is the butter. So I cut the butter in small pieces because you cannot put it all together all at once. So I'm going to use my mixer here and mix in the butter. The butter has to be mixed slowly. And of course, the butter has to be also a room temperature. And it has to be somewhat soft. That it will mix much better with the egg mixture. As you're mixing, there's some butter lumps, so small pieces. It's okay. It doesn't interfere with the baking really, but it has to be mixed. That's why it's important to have the butter to be nice and soft. See, now the batter is becoming thicker, of course. After this, I'm going to butter the baking pan. I butter, and then I'll put some flour in, of course. And then we're going to bake it at 350, first 35 minutes. And if it needs more time to cook, you add at least, the increment of 5 minutes each time, if it's not done for the first 35 minutes. And as I said earlier, if there's some lumps of butter, it's quite okay. I'm going to butter the spring form. I don't need to have baking paper for this, so just a little bit of butter. Make sure the sides are done. Some people don't do the sides, but I like it because it makes it a lot easier for the cake to come out, just in case it gets stuck a bit. I have the oven temperature at 350. And it should cook for about 35 minutes. I'm going to have some flour. So you just turn it around a bit so that every part has some nice white flour in it. And see how nice it looks? So this next part is to put the batter in. Oh, it came out so fantastic, creamy, ah la la. As you can see, there are just a few lumps of butter, which just makes the cake a lot more delicious. And now I'm pouring the batter in the baking pan. I want to get every bit of it out. Okay, now it's going into the oven, right in the center. Okay, and put the timer on. I have 2 tablespoons of icing sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla bean paste. I'm using whipping cream and icing sugar and vanilla bean. So this is icing sugar and vanilla paste, and mix it well together. If you have a vanilla bean, you can just use a vanilla bean by scraping the seeds out. This is a half a cup of sour cream, but you can use even kefir if you like, or you can use creme fraiche, or you can use also plain yogurt. But I have sour cream, and I like the taste of sour cream. It's a very good. It mixes well with the whipping cream. Mix it well by hand, not by mixer. As you can see, of course, it's turning kind of brown. You can see the seeds, the vanilla seeds in here. The next, I'm going to have my the whipping cream. It's about 3/4 cup. You can use more. It depends how big your your cake is. Mix it again. Make sure to scrape the bottom because sometimes the vanilla bean sticks to the bottom. And now I'm going to just whip it. This cream is more of a frosting than just a whipping cream. As you can see, it's rather thick. Keep on beating it. If it's too thick, just add more whipping cream. So I'm going to stop for a moment and I'm going to gather the frosting here so that all of it is whipped. So you can see how thick it is. Actually, I can add a little bit more of cream. Maybe I put 1 tablespoon of cream in addition. So let me see if it's, yeah, it doesn't fall, so that's perfect. And this is the cream which I'm going to put on the cake. After the cake has cooled off and is totally cool, I put the cream and then the fruit. A knife company reached out to me and asked me if I would like to use one of their knives. And this is the knife. It is called Nakano. And it's a very nice knife. It's light because I don't like anything heavy. And it looks very nice. And today I'm going to use it cutting some fruit. And I've used it, and it's the first time that I'm using. And if you like it, you can get one from Nakano. There is a code you can use for Cooking with Pina, which is a code which you get 20% off the price of the knife. I'm going to be cutting the fruit very thin slices because they have to be thin in order to put it on the cake. This is a cantaloupe. I'm cutting mango. As you know, there is a very big bone inside the mango, so I have to be very careful when I cut it. Mixing it with the mango and the cantaloupe, I think will look very nice. Makes a nice presentation. Thin slices. Now the cake is completely cooled off, and as you can see, there is a dome on the cake. So I'm going to cut it just the top in order to make the cake flat. So in order for me to decorate with the fruit. Here we go. Now that the cake is cut, and I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of Grand Marnier, which is a very nice liqueur, to the cake. You can use whatever kind you like. Just so you use your own discretion how much you want to use. And it's a liqueur, and it's one of my favorites. It's delicious. And so this is the cream which I mixed. Actually, it's a cream frosting, which I will give the recipe later. Okay. You can use as much cream as you like. So. Okay. Now the first thing I'm going to put in is the strawberries. So I'm just putting some, so you can stand it up in the cream. Here we go. Okay. Now this is a cantaloupe. And And of course, you can use as much fruit as you like. And this is my cake. I hope you like it and you try it. Thank you for watching Cooking with Pina. Ciao, arrivederci, alla prossima volta.